play number two. Walk us through this simple two-step referral exchange process.
Anyone who's engaged in this referral exchange, and for those who maybe aren't fully familiar with this process, the idea is, once you sign the NDA and you're under terms where you can share customer data, ideally you're using a tool like Crossbeam to make this even easier. Your goal is to identify a segment of each other's customer base, an agreed upon number, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 25, where you think they're a perfect fit for your business, and you're really looking for your partner to broker or usher an introduction to you. So obviously you can book them towards a demo. This is a cumbersome process before Crossbeam existed. So now with Crossbeam, through their reporting and population features, it's really easy to take your partner's customer base. Say they have 1,000 customers, but the challenge is like, look, how do I find the best fits of that 1,000? Obviously, you can't just pick 25 from the lot. You certainly can't just choose the top 25 accounts, say based on expected revenue. You really need to go deeper. And so what Crossbeam makes it really easy to do is to segment and to really drill down on your ideal customer profile to create that target list of accounts, which is going to lead to a higher probability that when you run this like account-based marketing approach, you're going to have a much higher conversion rate on interest by those customers of yours in taking a meeting with you.
Yeah, when you had told me about this initially, you had mentioned all these filters that you're using to narrow down the list.
Right.
Where are those filters coming from, and do you mind sharing what data source you're using for Gorgias?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. So we use HubSpot as our CRM at Gorgias, and what's so great about the out-of-the-box integration with Crossbeam, and they also obviously integrate with Salesforce as well, is basically all the data that we have in our CRM, which is quite extensive. We can pipe that into Crossbeam to make it really easy to apply filters like location. So maybe we want to only target people in North America that are doing greater than 10 million in gross merchandise value, that are on Shopify Plus, right? We have such an enriched CRM with our HubSpot instance that it makes it really easy for us to translate that into Crossbeam in the exact same way. To again, take a list of say 1,000 customers of our partners and drill that down to a list of 10 that are really, really qualified and a good fit for us to be speaking with.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So why don't you go ahead and walk us through what happens next? You have the list, then what?
Yeah, got it. So it's really easy to get buy-in from partners to say, hey, like we want to reach out to like an agreed upon number of accounts for each other and see if they're open to an intro. Like everybody loves that and they're excited. But where things fall flat for most people, and I'm sure partner managers and partnership personnel in the audience are agreeing with this, is things fall flat when it's actually time to execute. No surprise. And a big friction that you see is expecting the partner to do too much. And so we take the approach at Gorgias in our partnership function that you need to remove all barriers essentially to get buy-in from partners to execute. And so a good example here is like, look, we'll identify the target accounts that we're interested in based on the ICP, ideal customer profile that you provide us. We'll also identify target accounts that are customers of ours that are probably a good fit for you based on the criteria you provide for us. So we're literally building a list of targets for you to review. And then to go a step further, we've built out 2 sets of email copy templates that we can use. The first email copy is reaching out. So we've identified accounts to reach out to. We'll give our partners email copy that they can use in outreach to their own customers with the idea of trying to get them to book a demo. So it's like, hey, just to let you know, we've recently partnered with Gorgias, a best-in-class help desk solution. We really think that you'd be a great fit for them, and they can help take your customer support to the next level. Here's information about them, and here's why we think you should meet with them. So we give them that email copy, and then if the customer of theirs says yes, then we give them the second email copy, which is to actually broker and make that direct introduction, right? So we're basically making it almost impossible for a partner to say no to agreeing on this, but ultimately making it a lot easier to actually execute on this, which is the harder part.
Yeah, I love how you're making it so easy for partners to facilitate referrals with you. Are there any like specific results or success stories or examples that you can share that when you've done this process with new partners right off the bat?
For sure, and I'll keep it simple in terms of success metrics based on this type of process. The first metric is buy-in from partners to engage in this. Not all partners are willing to do this. A lot of, certainly leadership personnel might think, oh, that's a time-consuming exercise. We don't want our partner managers engaging in that. So don't have a firm number on this, but I'll say the buy-in the opt-in rate or the buy-in rate from partners agreeing to
Sure.
engage in such an activity has gone through the roof, because it's like, why wouldn't you? It's kind of foolproof. But then the actual success of these account mapping or account-based marketing exchanges has definitely gone through the roof. And the metric there to track is, okay, when you reach out to 100 accounts, how many of them actually booked a demo with you, right? And whereas opposed to, we might have been doing, say, 5 to 10% demo booking rate from an account-based marketing exchange. In the absence of this process, both the email templates plus Crossbeam data, now we're upwards of, say, 15 to 25%, right? And I'm telling you
Wow.
right now, if you're reaching out to 50 or 100 accounts for a given partnership, and you're getting 15 to 25% demo booking rate, like that's a very, very healthy number. So it's made a big impact.